Hey Sagittarius, I hope this day finds you well and that you've gotten some rest or what have you. I'm sorry I didn't do any readings yesterday. I had I had food poisoning or some sort of stomach thing. A stomach bug. It's like sorry. Now that I have a major disease, I expect to not have like the usual culprits, right? But it was awful, awful, Sag. So I had to take a day off to rest. But let's get into it because we're looking at the week ahead. And one thing I see, and the cards will tell me if I'm wrong, right? Um, but there's work getting done, Sag. This feels like a week that I don't know how much excitement will be in this week, but I see you getting things done. This being very much about that. Now, when I say work, it could, work is different for all of us, even if you don't hold a traditional job. It's about what you're getting done in life. So, what you're manifesting is organization, purpose, planning, efficiency now come to me so easily. So, a lot of earth energy here. So I do feel like you're focusing on that. You're focusing on the things that you have to do, your responsibilities. And I do feel, and I don't know if I'm wrong or where this is coming from, but it felt very much like you're getting help, you know, um, because Virgo's in the unexpected. So you may actually be completing things. Think people may be helping you because Virgo, like I just kept thinking about sixth house concepts, and your pursuit of excellence is admirable, but let self-compassion guide you. Perfection lies not in lawlessness, but in the authenticity of the heart and the soul. Virgo is so many more things than we think it is, but you're perfecting something, and so you might not expect for things to turn out as good as they do. Maybe that even looks like completion of projects. And, because your overall energy is Capricorn, you're just trying to get things done. And you may be working really hard towards that. Capricorn will take a million jobs. They're very geared towards success and achievement. So that's kind of like your week. That's what you may be focused on too. Maybe you're focused on completing things or getting things done. It does warn you not to ignore your own self-care in that, and definitely Virgo is a healer, right? We're seeing a lot of Virgo energy here. As under the deck is the Hangman and the Ten of Cups. I just feel like maybe you start to think of something differently, and that can have to do with perfection, and things turn out better than you planned. There definitely is that element in terms of relationships. I just feel too like you're not pushing against things. You're not forcing things. I know that like maybe we are supposed to represent going with the flow. I think though we also join Aries a lot of the times in that I'll just do it, and the rush to get things done. So maybe this has something to do with time. I don't know about you, but I always like prided myself on getting things done fast. And I seemed like overly obsessed with carving out ways to achieve things faster. I'm not a patient person. I'm really not. And that is a Sagittarius theme. And so going with the flow in your relationships can just mean you're being a little more patient. You're seeing where things go instead of having to know where everything ends up, right? Or if you don't have love in your life, you could be just being more patient for it. No matter what, I feel like you're more patient with relationships in your life this week. You don't feel the need to direct things, or feel the need to resolve things quicker. It's a nice energy. Maybe you feel too like you don't have any choice, because a lot of times when we try to make things go a certain way, rarely ever does, right? It's very interesting for career and finance, though, because water's here. So there may be some things happening. Um, you may be having some feelings too in regards to your career. Oop, oop. South Node. And maybe it's just things happening where you want to just trust that things will work out, and you're not going to go back to, because the South Node was showing old patterns. What you would normally do maybe is freak out about certain things, and you're not doing that. So it's interesting because love and competent and yes is here on the bottom, which this is kind, precious, protective. I just feel like someone's helping you, or people in general. There seems to be a working together energy here for me. But let's see, let's get more clarity. Tell us about this Capricorn energy. What's this hard work and responsibility about for Sagittarius? Oh. See? Friendly. You're being helped. Yes. Perseverance, strength. Like being helped, definitely by someone who gives you strength in your life. Someone you can lean on. It would stand to reason it's a friend. But they're helping you with your responsibilities, with some things that you have to get done. Nice. Tell us about Virgo. Oh, didn't expect it. Okay. Virgo. Okay. We may be seeing Virgo as the healer, and maybe you're seeing how you might have expected certain things. It could be from a certain person. You might have had a history with them and maybe expected too much from them, because we have time here, scars, accumulation, forgetfulness. They're actually showing up in loyalty for you, maybe even helping you. I feel like you judged this person. Interesting. Could be the same person. So that you won't be expecting that, maybe. And I kind of think it being time, like this is someone that you don't expect, that maybe you haven't dealt with in quite some time. And I don't know, you judge this person in the loyalty department. Could be because of something they've done. Tell us about vortex and relationships. Ooh. joy, love, surprise, which also lends towards going with the flow. Yeah, I do feel like someone is very much surprising you. Something is unfolding that is very much a surprise to you, and you're just kind of going with it. Let's see what happens. It's about career and water. So much go with the flow energy for you this week, Sag. Faith, justice, trust, and then clock. I feel like there is a situation, but you're just choosing to count on it working out, because it isn't really something that you can control. Okay. Let's see what the tarot has to say about this Capricorn energy. The overall energy this week. One card would be nice. And there it is. Oh, yeah, you're completing things and someone is helping you. Or you're at least able to lean on someone for support. Okay, tell us about this Virgo energy. Unexpected. One card for the unexpected, please. Oh. Tell me about loyalty. Okay. Yeah, I feel like this, someone is showing up to you in loyalty. You judge them as not being loyal because they hurt you, because they left, basically. Because they left. So what does this mean? What's happening now? What does this mean? Page of Pentacles, Eight of Wands. I feel like they want to tell you about it. Definitely a sense of wanting to make things right. They may contact you online. The Tower's here with the Seven of Cups. Like, yeah, they're kind of telling you they made a mistake. Okay. If it's any consolation, the cards are saying that you can trust this person, believe it or not. I mean, you see them as disloyal because they took off, or left the building. But the truth is, because loyalty was there, it was not, like, maybe you think that's disloyal. I don't know. There's something about you misjudging this person. So I said what I said. So tell me about this love surprise. The Fool. Okay, this love surprise. What's happening? Ten of Pentacles, yeah. As someone wanting to, kind of coming in and saying, oh, be with me forever, Sag. I know you haven't seen me in 10 years, but I love you so much. And you might think it's crazy with the Fool being here. Like, what the heck? But there's an element of you going with the flow. Maybe you're just, going to see, I'm going to see what this brings. I'm going to see what you do. Okay, so tell us about career and finance. What is this situation that they can't control? What is the situation they can't control? Oh. Situation they can't control. That's too much. Oh, look at this. Could have to do with a partnership. Or even helping someone with money. Career and finance. Seven of Pentacles and Ace of Wands. I really feel like someone wants you to make a decision on an opportunity of working with them. But it's real sus about money. Let's see why you need to have faith. Why does Sag need to have faith? Why does Sag need to have faith? Maybe someone didn't pay you. Queen of Wands, because you always land on your feet, Sag. Why does Sag need to have faith? This could be about someone who owes you money. Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Wands. Yeah, especially if someone is withholding money from you, you're going to find out about it. And it kind of feels like it is going to work out. You just have to wait for it. And you just maybe feel like you might feel like you exercise poor judgment here in going with this. Because you feel like the money isn't there, or someone's holding your money, but the universe is saying that trust it. Maybe it isn't that. Yeah, the Lovers. Okay. So okay, trust. Okay. I feel like you feel like it's not going to work out, especially when it comes to money. But the truth is, it is going to work out. That you don't know what's going on. And you can trust your partners, whoever this is, whoever you're working with, there's stuff you don't know. They're trying to make everything work out. Um, so yeah, just have faith that it will, even though you don't see it right now. And I feel like there's some fear when it comes to money. Maybe you took a chance, Instead, when it comes to your career, just trust that everything's going to work out and focus your energy on what you can control. Very interesting, Sag. Maybe you feel too like the people you're working with are withholding information from you. Doesn't always have to be about money, right? So let's see what would be good for you to do this week for self-care. 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 Self-care for Sag. Okay, that was quick. Oh, own your individuality because you were born to be different, Sag, and you don't have to be nice about it. This really, okay. And you could do some things in the home this week, might be good for your self-care, redecorating, cleaning, whatever. Maybe this has to do with the savageness of Sagittarius. Our bluntness with the truth is often taken as mean, and sometimes people really make us feel bad, make us feel like we're extra. We are extra. We're supposed to be. So just understand that you don't have to nice it down. Okay? Or really dim it down for anyone, And maybe in some way your home is supposed to reflect your personality, Sag. There's that. So let's get a mindful message. What is the mindful message for Sag this week? A mindful message. Oh. I love using my emotions as my guidance system. They show me how close or far away I am from what I want. When I am feeling joy and doing the things I love, I am in a state of allowing for my desires. I notice when I am feeling low vibrational thoughts and shift them to release resistance. And I did see something earlier about keeping your thoughts positive. Okay. So what's the lesson of the week? What will Sag learn this week? What will Sagittarius learn? I keep trying to take these readings down to like in between 10 and 15, and they just keep winding up so long. So I try. What's the lesson? Okay, there we go. Surround yourself with love. Treat your body like the palace it is. Like, I feel like you may be learning a lesson about people, and that has to do with how your nervous system reacts to it. So it's kind of like when you're focused on love when it comes to people, like surrounding yourself with people that you share love with, and your body reacts differently. And really listen to your body. How are you feeling when you're with people? Because your body, your nervous system is your guidance, y'all. Amen, amen. That's part of living intuitively. You know how sometimes even, with foods, like if I eat this, I'm going to feel bad, right? That's intuitive eating. Yeah, amen, amen. Again. So I hope that all is well and that we all enjoy the week going forward. Toodles.